Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Ben Pitts. I am the CEO of MyFinancialAnswers and one of the co-founders. I'm going to talk about MyFinancialAnswers, and I'm going to talk about the financial education and planning that we provide to school districts and colleges and universities and other organizations. But I'd like to start by talking a little bit about how I got here, why I started this company that provides financial planning and education, and why we're talking about it today. So I actually grew up in New Jersey, one of 5 children to working class parents. My dad, when I was young, was a construction worker. My mom was a teacher. And I remember eventually when I got to, probably around 10 or 11, my dad was fortunate enough to get a job at the state of New Jersey as a youth worker. We found ourselves at that point, and this is in the early 90s, we sort of became this typical middle-class family. My mom eventually went back to work as a secretary at our church after being a homemaker for a while with these 5 children. But all 5 of us were able to go to college. We had a great family that, taught us the value of hard work. And I found myself personally, one of 5, in the financial services industry, in my late 20s, and was working for a firm called Goldman Sachs that maybe some of you have heard of. And my job was to help ultra high net worth individuals with $10 million or more, invest their money and provide financial planning to help them make smart decisions. And I remember having an epiphany one day, and that epiphany came because one day my dad actually asked me to go with him to a retirement seminar that he had to attend with 30 or 40 of his colleagues for the state of New Jersey. And in this retirement seminar, there were 30 or 40 other people in there. The topics were thinking about pension plan options, and thinking about life insurance options post-retirement, thinking about health insurance options post-retirement. And I was the only person that was in attendance with another individual, with my dad. Certainly no one else in the room had a financial advisor or a financial planner with them. I think about this, and that forced me to think about my dad prior to that point, in his 20s, as he was just starting our family with marrying my mom, in his 30s when they started to have these 5 children and well on their way into that, in their 40s when they were starting to think about sending us to college and maybe helping pay for that, and in their 50s eventually starting to think seriously about retirement. And no one in that room, and broadly speaking, most middle-class families, or even upper middle-class families, most families don't have access to quality financial advice to get help with these things. And so that is precisely why I started MyFinancialAnswers. That's precisely why we're here today. I decided to provide a solution to people like my father. And so the question becomes, what is that solution? What is it that MyFinancialAnswers provides that gives that help? And I've already alluded to it. The simple answer is access. The simple answer is access to a couple of different things. And I'm actually going to share some slides with you now to show you what that access is that MyFinancialAnswers provides to people like you. So our entire focus as an organization is focused on your financial wellness, the individuals at the organizations that we provide this benefit to. And a big part of that is access to personal financial planning. But the access, the first piece of access that we give, there are 3 parts. Access to education. We do that through webinars like the one we're on now, where we talk about things like debt management and retirement planning and college savings and student loan forgiveness, cash flow planning and budgeting. So it's providing education in a group setting, and I believe you all are going to hear some more about your retirement plan after I'm finished today. But access to education is really critical, and that's a part of what we do. That's one piece. The second thing is access to tools, tools that allow you to not only learn, like our online learning center and ongoing tips and content that we send out, but also tools to help you map out what your journey looks like. In this case, this is a personal financial plan that My Financial Answers allows you to sign up for. And again, I believe you're going to have the opportunity to do that while we're on this call today. But to build a personal financial plan, something that would cost you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to go do on your own, we bring it right to you through this program, through your workplace. And that actually allows you to then, as you build out that financial plan, to schedule a call, which brings me to my third point, access to education tools, and then finally scheduling a call, access to speak with a financial coach, an expert that is unbiased, that can help you think through all of your priorities, to be the person that I was to my dad while we sat in that library and thereafter. And so this financial coach, you're going to hear from Becky Iacopelli later on in this meeting, but there are 4 steps. You can have an initial meeting, go through the financial plan that you've built online. You can review that plan with a financial planner like Becky, and Becky is there to help you take action, to determine what are the gaps in my financial plan, what should I do next, whether that's a budgeting issue or paying off debt, or student loan forgiveness, or whether that's thinking seriously about retirement and pensions and Social Security. And our financial coaches are there to continue to check in with you along the way. And so My Financial Answers, as I said, provides access to education, tools to map out that journey from point A to point B, as well as coaching to help you along to make those decisions. So I want to give you a little bit of a demonstration, a product demonstration, to show you what is this My Financial Answers that I'm talking about, just so you can see what it is a little bit more specifically. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up on my screen here, and just give you a little bit of a window into what this product is. So go ahead and stop the presentation, and I'm going to share my screen, and you are going to see My Financial Answers. So this is where you would go to sign up for My Financial Answers. Welcome to Verity Asset Management Financial Wellness Program. Verity Asset Management, obviously, we're in partnership with them, and they help with your retirement plan. Think of My Financial Answers as this service that comes along with that, where you can sign up with your first name and last name, email address, and create a password to create this account, where you will get access to much of what I talked about before. So I'll go ahead and just log into an account that I've already got set up and show you what we have here. First and foremost, you can log in and you can explore our Learning Center. In this Learning Center, we've got articles, really a lot of content on everything from just being a smart, savvy financial consumer to paying off debt, whether that be credit card debt or student loans, you name it. There's lots of articles here. We update these articles and this content every single month. But there's this content in our Learning Center. The second thing is this this tab for My Benefits, and this can point you in the right direction to schedule an appointment with a financial advisor to see what, do some investment risk analysis, to think about student loan forgiveness. And there's lots of resources here in this tab as well. But I'll finish with, and this is where a lot of the meat is the ability to build your own financial plan. So when I click on My Plan, if you went through this for the first time, it's going to ask you to put in a coupon code. This is all free to you, by the way. You'll be able to put in a coupon code and get a financial plan for free. And it would take me to the screen where I start putting in information about myself. And this is personal information. It's unique to you. And so I can start putting in information about who I am, my age, where I live, what my salary is, my 403B contributions, if there's some match. We've got tool tips to help you do this effectively. If I have a pension, I can add that. And when I want to retire. And then we get to a point where we ask about, hey, tell us more about yourself, not just your but tell us, are you married? Do you have a spouse? Does your spouse work? Do you have kids that are under 21? Do you want to send them to college? Do you have investments? Do you have debts? This screen is what allows us to really make this financial plan personalized. This is not just a calculator. It is a financial plan specifically for your situation. And there's some other inputs here. This might take you 20 or 30 minutes to fill out, depending on how complicated your situation is. Everything from income and assets, your debts, your investments, expenses that you have. You'll build out a bit of a budget so that we can We can do some planning for you, put in your debts and how much you pay for various expenses. And where you end up is once you finish these inputs, you'll click Save and Calculate, and this will just take a few minutes about 15 seconds to calculate. But where we'll end up is having a financial plan that shows you not only kind of where you are personally, but we'll give you an action center, a list of recommendations that you need to go accomplish. Things like going to contribute more to your 403B, paying off debt, etc. So we'll let this calculate, and we'll jump into the details of it. I'll give you a couple of statistics about presidential history. So that takes a little bit of time because we're actually creating a financial plan for you specifically. We are crunching numbers, looking at where you are today and where you're headed over the next 15, 20, 30 years. So when I get here, first and foremost, what I want to show you is this Action Center item, this Action Center list. And this tells you everything that you need to do. Hey, you need to contribute more to your 401k to get the full match that your employer offers. That only pops up if my employer offers a match and I'm not putting in as much as I could to maximize that. So this Action Center will, there are about 20 different unique recommendations. You'll never see all of them, but we're going to tell you exactly what you should be doing to reach your goals. And all of this is built on, you can look at saving for college, how you might want to do that. Your car interest loan is too high. So we're going to look at your situation and determine what Action Center items you need to see. And all of this is built on a lot of information here. So we can show you your personal balance sheet. What are the assets that you have and what are your liabilities and therefore what's your net worth? And by the way, everyone's going to be unique. Some people might have $1 million net worth and lots of assets and very little debt. Others of us are starting earlier in our careers and may have fewer assets and a lot more liabilities and a negative net worth. That is okay. We all start where we are. Our goal is to help you start where you are and get to where you want to be. So there's lots of information here that, by the way, we're not leaving you to figure all this out. You will be able to schedule a call with a coach. If I go actually over to this dashboard, I can schedule a call right here. If I click this button, I can schedule a call with a financial coach to review this. So I just wanted to walk you through My Financial Answers a bit and show you one of the things that you have access to, and this is where a lot of the value lies. And we're going to go through everything from risk management. How about, do you have enough life insurance? Do you have should you have other types of insurances? So this is an unbiased way for us to look at your financial situation and identify gaps, and then give you action items to improve your situation. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to our slides a little bit, but definitely wanted to show you what My Financial Answers is all about. And I'm going to jump back into our presentation just to finish up my comments here. So what are the benefits for you all on the phone to use My Financial Answers to sign up for an account? Number one is just to determine if you are on track to get to where you want to be. Most of us today really don't know. We probably have a good sense of whether we're saving or not saving or what stresses us out. But do we really know if we're on track? Most people do not know if they're on track, and My Financial Answers will actually show you if you're on track. Number two, it's going to allow you to, we're going to give you a specific set of actions to get on track and to stay on track. And ultimately, our goal is to help ensure you accomplish your goals, whether that's paying off debt, sending your kids to college, retiring on time. All of us are different. Some of us may say, hey, I wasn't able to pay for my kids to go to college. That's my number one priority. Others would say, hey, my parents didn't pay for me to go to college, and therefore I want to pay. I don't want to pay for my kids to go to college because I did it on my own. So we're all going to have very unique situations. That's part of the financial planning process. And our goal is to help you figure out what are those goals. How do we document that in this financial plan and show you, are you on the path to that? And if not, how do we get there? And lastly, give you someone to speak with when you have questions, to be able to speak with someone like Becky, who you'll hear from in a little bit, about what those goals are, what stresses you out about getting there, and having someone be able to sit there with you and help you along on that journey. So we provide all of that. A few other things to consider before I conclude is, again, we all start somewhere. We're here to help you wherever you are. This is free to use. You will get a coupon code to participate. You'll notice that My Financial Answers is a subscription-based tool, but as a benefit, you all will receive a coupon code and you get this free of charge. We are not trying to sell you any product that's going to cost you money. And then lastly, your information, all of the financial details you put in here are private and secure. We're not sharing these details with your employer. We're not sharing these details with any other third party. The only team that will know about, that will see this is the financial coach and our team at MyFinancialAnswers, as well as our partner Verity, who's offering this service to you. And lastly, the software is secure. It is encrypted bank level security, so you don't have to worry about your personal details being released into the public. And included in that, we're not collecting Social Security information or bank account numbers, anything that would be sensitive data that you would really truly have to worry about. So those are some things to consider. And I appreciate you joining us today. At the end of the day, we are here to help. We want you to join us in our mission to help millions of Americans reach financial security by starting with yourself. So we invite you to join with us. We invite you to sign up. Whether you may not be ready to build a financial plan today. If that's not the case, sign up, review our articles, and just have an account so that when you are ready, you can start building your financial plan. Others of you may be ready right now, and we encourage you to do that. You could literally have a financial plan by the end of the day. So I just thank you all for joining us, and we look forward to working with you in the future. Take care.